All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm making this video as a request. Someone asked me to make a video, which is better, an apprenticeship or school? Okay. So I'm just going to kind of give you the rundown, the lowdown, for both, to be honest. So an apprenticeship or school really is a personal preference. Schools is shorter. Yeah. It's a shorter time in school. You learn the basics, the foundations, and then you take your certification test, your EPA certification test, and boom, your job ready, right? Because everything else, as far and you get, there's lab work involved, so you do learn how to do things in lab. You learn how to cut copper, PVC, sweat. Learn how to swage. You learn how to solder. You learn how to braze. You learn how to do pull a vacuum. You learn how to actually charge a system. These are things you learn actually in school, in your lab class. You learn all these things. Yeah, the book stuff could be boring, but once you get in the field and you hear things and you see things and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. So schooling is beneficial. Now on the flip side, to an apprenticeships, you get the same thing. You get the same thing. However, you're going to be doing that for at least a good 4 to 5 years. The apprenticeship program is about 4 or 5 years long. The only benefit to that is you do get paid. You don't get paid much, but you do get paid while in the apprenticeship. There's also classroom learning. There's also on the job training. So the only difference is you actually get paid with this. But again, it's 4 or 5 years long. Also with apprenticeships, you got to compete to actually get into one. That's the first thing. Second thing about apprenticeships, you got to find a company that actually has an apprenticeship going on at the time, because not every company does apprenticeships. Okay, so you got to find a company that actually has one, interview and compete to get in it, and then kind of go from there. Whereas a school, you don't have to go through all that. There's schools everywhere. No matter what state you live in, there is a technical school, or even a community college. But more so, technical schools are the ones that have the trades. So, and they're in every state. You go, you apply, take the classes, you're done. So it's more cut and dry, a lot simpler than the apprenticeship. So to those who want to know which is better, an apprenticeship or school, they both have their benefits, but you got to ask yourself, what kind of person are you? Are you a let's get it done kind of person, or you're the kind of person that needs hands-on, that needs that type of attention, for long periods of time? So hopefully that answered your question, or anyone's question, which is which. I personally, at the school, I'm not doing 4 years. I'm just not doing that. I'm a person that want to get in, get out, get to work, and learn while I'm doing what I do. I personally, I wouldn't do an apprenticeship unless I really absolutely didn't have a choice. Other than that, I'm not doing it. But again, it's up to you. You got to know what kind of person you are. I know I'm not that kind of person, so that's why I didn't go that route. Because I had the opportunity, I could have applied to apprenticeships. I didn't want to. So again, hopefully this answers your questions.